mynews.studio.
Mackenzie Scott has just given away $7.1 billion, no conditions attached and with almost no publicity. Could this be a turning point for philanthropy?
Right. And just to set the scene, it's January 22nd, 2026. Let's dive in. Scott's $7.1 billion donation last year brought her total giving to $26.3 billion since 2019. Compare that to $2.6 billion in 2024 and $2.1 billion in 2023. Have we ever seen this kind of acceleration before?
Nothing quite like this. And it's not just the scale, it's the way she gives. Her model is based on unrestricted grants. Nonprofits get the funds, decide themselves how to use them, and only do minimal reporting. No long proposals, no detailed conditions.
It actually changes the usual dynamic. Most big donors set a lot of rules. Foundations often want to control exactly how their money is spent. Scott, on the other hand, relies on groups like the Bridgespan Group to research organizations privately. And here's the twist. The nonprofits don't even have to apply. What kind of impact does that create?
Let's look at some details. In 2025, over $1 billion went to higher education. Historically Black colleges and universities were major recipients. Prairie View A&M received $63 million. Norfolk State got $50 million, and the United Negro College Fund picked up $70 million for scholarships. These are amounts that can reshape institutions.
It means more scholarships, bigger programs, and stronger financial foundations. For example, the UNCF is using their grant to set up sustainable scholarships for minority students. And it's not just education. Food banks have tripled the number of people they can serve. And housing nonprofits have scaled up construction. These aren't just short-term boosts. They're changing what's possible for years to come. But how do we measure is it's really working?
There's some early research from the Center for Effective Philanthropy. About 93% of organizations say they've had a bigger impact on their mission, and 90% report more financial stability. Food banks, for example, have doubled or even tripled their reach. Instead of spending everything at once, many nonprofits are saving and planning ahead. Is this a glimpse of the future of philanthropy?
Scott's style is already spreading. Some health foundations have switched to multi-year, unrestricted grants too. It's being called trust-based philanthropy. The philosophy is to let nonprofits lead, rather than donors dictating. Do you think other billionaires might adopt this, or is Scott just a rare case?
There are signs the debate is moving. Philanthropy circles are asking if this approach could become the standard, not just the outlier. But there's a risk too. What if nonprofits start depending on these big gifts, and then the money stops?
That's the core challenge. When organizations rely too much on large, unpredictable donations, they face what's called a funding cliff. To manage this, many are spreading the money out over several years, building up reserves, and being open with both donors and the communities they serve. The focus is on making these gains last. But can this method actually address bigger systemic issues, or is it more of a temporary fix?
It can't solve everything. Philanthropy isn't a substitute for systemic reform, but Scott's model does give organizations more flexibility and time to plan. It lets them try new things, grow stronger, and handle surprises. The bigger question is whether more major donors will be willing to let go of control in the same way.
And what about oversight? If there are fewer restrictions, how can we be sure the money's being used effectively?
That's worth asking. Most nonprofits are still sharing their results. Things like expanded services, better stability, in some cases even doubling their impact. Being open is key, but so is mutual trust.
So, Scott's philanthropy is shifting the landscape. Less red tape, more trust, and at least for now, more impact. Will this change how other major donors operate? We'll have to watch and see.
Today we've explored how one person's approach is challenging old habits and prompting new conversations about giving, trust, and responsibility.
Thanks for joining us. This episode was brought to you by mynews.studio. You can try it for free.